When should you start hiring virtual assistants for your Shopify store? And how should you hire them in the first place? What is up everyone, Shri Kanase here and welcome back to another Shopify video. In this video, I'm going to be talking about virtual assistants and exactly when and how you should start hiring these virtual assistants so that you can basically automate your dropshipping business and live the life. Now, this is a topic I personally struggled with myself, which is why I'm making this video in the first place, so that we can go over the things I personally struggled with so you don't have to struggle the same way I did. But just for that, make sure to leave a like down below and don't forget to subscribe if this is the first time you're watching one of my Shopify videos. But without further ado, let's jump right into my computer and go over exactly when and how you should be hiring virtual assistants. Alright guys, so here we are and I have divided this Google Doc into two different categories. The first one, when to hire, and the second one, how to hire. So let's go over exactly when you should even think about hiring a virtual assistant, because not every person out there should be doing this in the first place. Let's begin with what you should be looking out for. Keep in mind that when you hire virtual assistants, you're technically adding more work in your business because you're going to have to handle these virtual assistants yourself, and the main thing is they're only going to do what you tell them to do, no matter how experienced they are. So currently, if you're getting about 20, 30, 40 orders per day and you know that you have a winning product, that is the first sign that you should think about getting a virtual assistant, because pretty soon, if you do have a winning product, you're going to start getting emails by angry customers who are currently waiting for their products. And once that does start coming in, you're going to notice that your time is really limited, because you can either focus on getting more ads out or you can focus on customer service. And when you get to that stage, which is above 20 orders per day, I would highly recommend that you focus on advertisements, because that is the way you're going to get the highest return on ad spend. Your main focus, especially if you just found your first winning product, should be to put out more ads in front of people so that more people can come onto your website to purchase even more. Now, don't get me wrong, it is also important to provide quality customer service no matter how many customers you have, because you want to keep the old customers coming over and over to your website. But in the beginning stages especially, and even if you're not a beginner, it is really important to focus most of your time on advertisements, because again, that is where you're going to get most of the money from. And if you do start to get more and more sales and more income coming in, you're going to find that it is much easier to hire virtual assistants so that you can basically start your journey on automating your Shopify store. But that is one sign that you should definitely hire a virtual assistant, which is if you're getting over 20 orders per day for a product. So let's go ahead and write this down. Start, and let me go ahead and cancel the underline. Start looking into virtual assistants once your orders are greater than 20 per day. And this is a really key metric that you need to have. If you're a beginner with Shopify but you have extra cash laying around, I do not recommend that you hire virtual assistants, but rather that you put in the time to learn the business and then hire virtual assistants once you're getting results. Another metric that you should be starting to look out for if you don't want to immediately hire virtual assistants after you get to the 20 order per day range is to start looking at your emails. Look at how many emails you're getting per day and decide from there. So I normally recommend that you start looking into VAs when you have over 25 emails per day. And this is really going to start helping you focus more of your time on advertising once again, because 25 emails, if you're getting per day, is quite a lot, and you could spend that time on advertisements rather than trying to answer all of those emails. So I do realize that it does suck to have to invest money into an assistant, but it is required if you want to scale your business massively. Doing everything alone is really going to get tiresome very soon, and you're going to find that you're not able to reach your full potential when it comes to getting more sales and getting more profit if you're putting all of your time into just customer service. So these are the two key metrics that you should definitely look out for when it comes to deciding whether you want to even start hiring virtual assistants or not. But now that we've gone over them, how do you even hire a virtual assistant? Where do you start? So let's go ahead and go down and start with exactly where you should be looking for these virtual assistants. Normally, I recommend 3 specific websites to find the quality virtual assistants which you need for your business. The first one is Fiverr.com. So Fiverr.com, and I'll have the link for all of these 3 websites down in the description. But Fiverr.com is actually a great way to start looking for virtual assistants, but I personally only use Fiverr.com to do quick tasks, such as maybe a blog post or to do some quick SEO for my company. But other than that, I do not use Fiverr to hire virtual assistants for long term. And this is mainly because the virtual assistants on Fiverr.com themselves are looking for quick tasks. And the second website on my list is Upwork.com. Now, this is the website that I normally use to hire long-term virtual assistants, meaning assistants for customer service or maybe social media managing. And I've personally found that Upwork is a great way to hire these professional long-term assistants, because unlike Fiverr, on Upwork.com you get the option of creating a job post, and you can create the job post according to your own likes and dislikes and exactly what you're looking out for. So the main reason why I use Upwork over Fiverr for long term is because I have more control over the overall experience and exactly who I want to add to my team. And the third great way to again use for long-term customer service is Freelancer.com. Again, Freelancer is somewhat similar to Upwork, and I personally use it for long-term customer assistance as well. I use both of these websites when I'm doing my research because I don't like to rely on just one website. Remember, these virtual assistants are going to be in direct contact with your customers, so it is really important that you add virtual assistants to your team that have some sort of track record to back them up. I normally like to add assistants which have some reviews for them. Now, in addition to just looking on these websites, once I find those specific virtual assistants who I may want to add to my team, I go ahead and send them a list of questions which I want to personally ask them. And these questions can be based around your business, such as how long you've been doing customer service or how long have you been handling social media accounts. And some specific questions I like to ask them relate to me acting as a customer and giving them specific scenarios. So let's write this down. Give them a list of questions which can help you judge how well they will respond to customers. And again, these questions can depend on what kind of job posting you put out or who you're looking to add to your team. But once you ask these specific questions, and they can range from 5 to 10, but make sure to really understand how they interact with potential customers, because again, they're going to be in direct contact with your customers and you only want the best added to your team. So really take the time to differentiate between each of the answers. And once you have a handful of people applying to your job, it is going to be really simple to really understand which virtual assistants are better than others. But now that you've narrowed your list down even more, how do you consider paying for them? What is the right pay? Normally, I like to start my virtual assistants at around $3 to $4 per hour. And the main reason why I do this is because I simply tell them that since they're a new addition to the team, for the first month or so, the pay would be at around $3 or $4 per hour. And as I get to understand their work ethics and exactly how they communicate with the customers, the pay is going to increase over time. So let them know that their pay is going to increase over time. And this is a really important step because nobody wants to work for $3 or $4 per hour. So when you tell them that you are going to increase their pay over time, they're much more inclined to work harder and show you good results, because that is the only way they're going to get a raise. And once you have them on your team for a few months, I normally like to increase their pay to about $5 to $7. So let's write this down. $5 to $7 per hour. Again, this is for the more intermediate virtual assistants who have been working with you for a while and know exactly how the system works. And it is really important that you teach them how to do all of the tasks in the beginning, because they may not be fully accustomed to your specific niche or whatever you're selling. So again, it is super important that you show them how stuff is done. So once they have been working with you for a few weeks or even a few months, you can start letting them do their own work by themselves and not interfere all the time. Because in my personal opinion, what I have noticed is that when I give my virtual assistants the freedom that they need, they're much more likely to show even better results than you constantly micromanaging them. And this is because they set up their own systems and structures in your business, which they follow every time. So after a while, you can start letting them do their own thing. But now that we've gone all over that, let's do a quick recap. So you should start looking into hiring these virtual assistants again when you're either getting 20 orders per day or above 25 emails per day. And once you're at that level, you can use 3 main websites to find these virtual assistants. The first one, Fiverr.com. Again, that is for more short-term tasks. And then Upwork and Freelancer, which are good for long-term. And you have to basically give them a list of questions which can help you decide what their skill level is and whether they would be a good fit for your business or not. Remember, this is your business, not theirs, so it is up to you to decide what kind of people you want on your team. But once you have decided on those few specific people you want on your team, you can start their pay at around $3 or $4 per hour. Again, this is mainly done for the first few months to get a general understanding of their work ethics and exactly how they work. But as time goes on, don't forget to increase their pay depending on their performance. But if you guys found any type of value in this video, don't forget to hit that like button, and I'll see you guys next time.